nice deep inhale. Extend the spine, get yourself situated and at peace. Peace within the present. Like I said, if you've got your oil, basil is good, but whatever oil you've got around you, rub a little on the back of your shoulders, the back of your neck, rub some on your chest, hover your nose, lengthen the spine, and allow yourself to just be. Be within your easy pose, closing your eyes, intuitively imagining yourself in a space of peace. As we open and balance the third eye chakra of the day, connecting our imagination, our intuitiveness, experiencing a little bit more mental clarity, having faith and belief through this storm. Continuing to breathe as you lengthen your spine. Imagining yourself secluded in a space of peace. Continuing to breathe, feeling the alignment become deeper. Deeper within you with each breath. Connecting that third eye all the way to the base of your energy system. Inhaling the current of manifestation, of imagination, of clarity. Exhaling liberation, feeling safe and secure with what it is that you desire and imagine. A few more deep breaths. And with your next inhale, let's begin to rotate the neck in a circular motion, starting with some neck releases. Rotating in the opposite side. Keeping that back straight. Do not allow yourself to hunch over. So back nice and straight as you continue circulating. Coming to a stationary position, lengthening each side of the neck. Allowing the right ear to attach and align with the right shoulder. Inhaling up nice and tall. Exhale over to the left shoulder. Inhaling up. Extending the spine. We're going to inhale those arms up. Lengthening high and wide for the ceiling, sky. Exhale, fall forward. Walk those hands out. Curl the spine. Forehead placing down to the ground. Take 3 deep breaths. That's 3 deep breaths. And as you rest and allow your forehead to release, continue to imagine that manifestation. And on your last breath, begin to walk your hands all the way back up. Inhaling all the way up. Arms towards the sky or the ceiling. Exhale. We're going to reach over to the right side, creating a beautiful lateral expansion within the left rib cage, really extending. Hold there for 3 breaths, and after you have finished, go ahead and extend back up to a nice, easy pose position. Continuing to breathe.
I
Once
lost
you
you.
have gotten, we're going to go ahead and extend those arms nice and wide. Exhale over to the left side for a beautiful lateral expansion on the right rib cage. Lengthening those arms out. 3 deep breaths. Inhaling up. Exhale, hinge forward, walking those hands out, bending that neck, allowing the chin to touch the chest, forehead down, and focusing on imagining yourself surrounded by peace. Once you have finished, gently walk those hands all the way up. Take a nice deep inhale once more. Inhale, arms all the way up towards the ceiling or the sky, extending out through the palms. Exhale over to the right side, lengthening those arms out. Inhaling, coming up. Extending nice and wide, reaching tall. Exhale over to the opposite side, reaching out through the fingertips. Finishing off that third breath, inhaling, coming up. Exhale, hinge forward, extending those arms out with each breath. Walk those hands out, tucking that forehead in and imagining peace. Inhale, walking those hands all the way back up. Coming back to a nice, beautiful, easy pose. We're going to go ahead and allow ourselves to bring those arms up as you inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat and gently rock forward, transitioning yourself onto all fours. Joint on top of joint check, making sure that our knees are underneath of our hip bones. Shoulders aligned with our wrists. We're going to go ahead and do some cats and cows, starting to warm up that spine. Inhale up for your cat. Exhale out for your cow. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, draw the navel to the spine, bringing that chin to chest. Back arch up. Exhale, release, going down into your cow. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Once more, inhale all the way up to your jerk cat. Exhale, release. Inhale, come onto the balls of your feet, pushing up and back into a downward facing dog. Exhale, heels to the mat. Take 3 deep breaths as you really lengthen into your downward facing dog. Inhale as you walk those hands and feet together, hinging over, finding yourself in a forward fold. Dangle here for 3 deep breaths. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up towards the sky. 3 deep breaths as you hold this pose. And with your next exhale, gently bend backwards, creating a C in the spine. Allowing the head to unite with the ceiling, to the sky. Imagine yourself within peace. Exhale. Releasing, coming back to mountain. Inhale, we're going to reach over for the right side, just as though we were on an easy pose. Extending those arms out, creating a beautiful lateral expansion within the left rib cage. Inhaling back to center. Exhale to the opposite side. 3 deep breaths. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, we're going to fall forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, come into a half lift, extending at the crown of the head. Taking 3 deep breaths. Exhale and release. Falling forward, hinging at the hips. Dangling here, 3 deep breaths. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up for the sky, the ceiling, reaching tall and wide. 3 deep breaths. Exhale over to the right. Lengthening out through the arms. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to the left. 3 deep breaths. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, fall forward. Dangle at the hips. 3 deep breaths. Continue to imagine, intuitively connect with what it is that you manifest, what it is that you're desiring. Inhale, coming up into a half lift, extending at the crown of the head, taking 3 deep breaths. Exhale, release, fall forward. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up for the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to fall forward, placing our hands onto our mat, stepping back into downward facing dog. Exhale, heels rooted to the mat. Inhale, we're going to come forward for our plank. Hold here, 3 deep breaths. Continue to intuitively align yourself with what it is that you desire, what brings you safety, security, and peace. Exhale, we're going to bring those knees, belly, chest, and forehead all the way down, flattening the top of the feet. Forehead intuitively connecting and touching your mat. Placing those palms next to your chest. Inhale, and we're going to tuck those elbows in, pushing up for your cobra. 3 deep breaths. Exhale, once you have finished, release that forehead back down. Extending both arms out to your sides, lying against your body, preparing yourself for locust. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Inhale, coming up, lifting the chest, the knees, keeping the core on the mat, but drawing the navel to the spine. 3 deep breaths. Exhale and release slowly. With your next inhale, bring up that chest and knees, reaching back for your bow. Exhale, gently release. Allow the thighs to touch the mat, gently bringing down the top of the body and forehead. Bring those arms and palms back next to your chest. Tuck those elbows in. Inhale, coming all the way up, extending into an upward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. You can have your eyes open or closed. If they're open, gaze into what it is that you desire. See it before you. Exhale, release, coming all the way down. Inhale, come onto the balls of your feet, pushing up and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, walk those hands and feet together, finding yourself in a forward fold. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale, reaching back for a seat-like position. Inhale up and center into your mountain. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up and center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, fall forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a half lift, extending out the crown of the head, pushing all of your deepest desires that you are intuitively seeking out into the universe. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hinge those hips, hands down to the mat, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale, forward for a plank. Exhale, knees, belly, chest, and forehead. Keeping those palms next to the chest, tuck those elbows in. Inhale, coming up for your cobra. Exhale, release. Lengthening those arms out to your side. Inhale, up for a locust. Drawing the navel to the spine. Exhale, release. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. And with your next inhale, bend the knees, reaching back and lifting the chest, coming into your bow. Exhale, release, bringing those thighs, chest, and forehead. Bringing those palms next to the chest. Take a nice deep inhale, pushing up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, release, coming all the way down. Inhale, coming onto the balls of the feet, pushing up and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, walk those hands and feet together. Bend those knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up. We're going to pick up the pace. Exhale over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale back because we forgot our seed-like curved spine. Inhale up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale, fall forward, hands to the mat, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale, forward for a plank. Exhale, knees, belly, chest, and forehead. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Inhale, coming up for a locust. Exhale down. Inhale up for your bow. Exhale, thighs, chest, and forehead. Replace those hands next to your chest. Inhale, pushing up for your upward facing dog. Exhale, release, coming all the way down. Inhale onto the balls of the feet, pushing up and back. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale, walk those hands and feet together. Exhale as you dangle for just a moment and forward fold. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale, C-like curved spine. Opening that heart and that intent to align with your imagination and your belief. Inhale, back to mountain. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, fall forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, coming up for a half lift. Shooting those thoughts, those faiths, those beliefs, what it is that you desire out into the universe. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, fall forward. Placing those hands on your mat. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. Heels to the mat. Inhale, forward for your plank. Exhale, knees, belly, chest, and forehead. Flattening the top of the feet, keeping those hands next to your chest. Inhale, elbows tucked in, coming up for your cobra. Exhale, release. Lengthening the arms. Inhaling, lifting into your locust. Exhale, release. Inhale, bending those knees, reaching back, coming into your bow. Exhale, coming all the way back down. Palms next to the chest. Inhale, pushing up for your upward facing dog. Exhale, release. Inhale, coming onto the balls of the feet, pushing up and back. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale, walking forward. Finding yourself in a forward fold. Inhale, bend those knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Close your eyes and intuitively imagine. Imagine a beautiful indigo light surrounding you. You should just take a moment to get back aligned.
I need some water for my Hatchimal, and my room's clean. And were those dirty clothes out there?
They were dirty but clean. Can you continue to go play for 30 minutes and I'll come help you?
But I have to clean up the other room.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
And I need water.
Okay, I'm doing yoga right now. Go find your dad.
Can you,
I can't. I'm teaching a class. Once you have yourself back center and aligned with your heart and what it is that you desire, inhale, bring those arms all the way back up into mountain. We're going to continue with the flow that we were just doing, but on our own with no guidance. So fluidly move in alignment with your body. So inhale, exhale, fluidly flow on your own. While doing so, intuitively connect with you, your mind, body, and spirit. Experience clarity, peace, and fluidity with each movement. Nice deep inhales. Exhaling, sighing through the mouth if you'd like. You can keep your eyes open or closed. Continue to move fluidly on your own, becoming more intuitively connected with what it is that you desire, with your mind, your body, and spirit. Taking your time and not rushing, feeling free and at peace. Continue to move, feeling yourself surrender and intuitively becoming deeper connected to your mind, body, and spirit. Continue with one more sequence, so once you have finished, allow yourself to go to child's pose. Continue to move fluidly. Continuing on with this last sequence. Afterwards, allowing yourself to go to child's pose. Continuing to breathe. And once you have finished, sink back into a child's pose. Taking a few moments to just breathe and intuitively reconnect with your intention. Take notice of how you feel. Gently coming up as you're coming onto all fours, but we're going to extend those hands out. Sink back, coming into our puppy pose, having our butt in the air. Extending those arms out, chin tucked in, forehead down to the mat. Inhale, gently coming forward and readjusting and aligning yourself onto all fours. Taking a few deep breaths. We're going to go ahead and readjust and align ourselves for a seated position. You can cross both of your legs or allow them to flow fluidly like a windshield wiper to the left or to the right side, finding yourself back into the middle of your mat. Move the flesh away from the sit bones, coming back into your easy pose. Take a nice deep inhale, arms up. Exhale, fall forward, hinging at the hips, walking those hands out, taking 10 deep breaths. Gently walking yourself back up to a nice seated position. Lengthening the spine. We're going to lengthen both legs out, pushing out through the heels of the feet, coming into our staff pose, bringing both hands down to our sides and extending and lengthening them into the sides of the mat. Extending the spine, reaching out through the crown of the head, pushing out through the heels, and allow yourself to intuitively connect with that third eye. Imagine a beautiful indigo light surrounding your aura, giving you the strength and the faith, giving you some mental clarity. And once you have finished that last breath, go ahead and gently allow the shoulders to relax. Curl the spine. Tuck the chin into the chest. Pushing out through the heels of the feet. And allow that spine to just curl and rest for about 10 deep breaths. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Once you have finished, arms up and above the head. Exhale, fall forward, reaching your toes, extending out through the heel of the feet. 10 deep breaths. Exhale, release, and allow yourself to gently relax. Inhale, coming back up to a nice lengthened position. We're going to bring both feet together for a bound angle pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine and take 10 deep breaths, allowing the heels of your feet to come a little bit closer to the pelvic area, extending the spine, keeping the neck aligned. 10 deep breaths. Once you have finished that last exhale, allow yourself to hinge at the hips, falling forward and taking 10 deep breaths. Inhaling, coming all the way up, extending both feet out, extending the spine. Inhale, we're going to bring up that right foot up and over the left leg, lengthening the spine, creating an L, and bringing that right hand behind, left arm in between, coming into our seated supine twist, gently gazing over our right shoulder and taking 10 deep breaths. Exhale and release. And transition to the opposite leg on your own. Exhale, once you have finished, releasing both legs down to your mat. Shaking out the upper body. Placing both feet firmly planted on your mat. Hovering and holding onto the back of your knees. To inhale, we're going to come up to our boat pose. Extending both feet out. Reaching out through the heels. Pulling the navel to the spine, closing your eyes and intuitively imagining that indigo blue aura once again surrounding you. 10 deep breaths. With your last exhale, gently allow yourself to roll onto your back, bringing those knees to your chest and gently cradling them, rocking back and forth. Extending both legs up into the air, reaching out through the heels of the feet, bringing both hands out to the side, taking 10 deep breaths, pushing up through the heels. Continue to imagine that illuminative indigo light surrounding you. And on that last exhale, go ahead and bring both legs all the way down to your mat, finding yourself in a corpse pose and lowering them down with grace and control. Once they have all lowered, allow yourself to get situated as we come to our Shavasana. Releasing the muscles. And if you'd like, you can curl those shoulders up and underneath your chest, really opening and extending the heart. Allowing those palms to face up or down. Allowing yourself to just go back to a regular, steady breathing pattern. Continue to allow yourself to focus on an intention surrounded by intuition, clarity, imagination, faith, and belief. Seeing within the darkness, seeing the light as it surrounds you and empowers you. Begin to wiggle those toes and fingers. So whenever you're ready, stretch high and wide. Gently awakening the body. Whenever you're ready, roll over to your left or to your right side, coming into the fetal position. Taking a nice deep inhale and bringing yourself back up to your easy pose. Taking your time and listening to your body. And whenever you're ready, allow yourself to seat. Seat back to where we begin today in an easy pose. Bringing those hands to heart center. feeling the rhythm and the beat of your heart, feeling the glow and the balance within you. Allow the light and love that shines within me to shine within you. Namaste.